Sports management games usually sell a very specific fantasy, the meticulous, spreadsheet driven illusion of control. For decades, Football Manager set the gold standard, proving that millions of players would happily spend hundreds of hours staring at attributes, transfer windows, and financial ledgers. But back in 2014, a small team called Playsport Games, founded by developer Christian West, looked at the world of racing and realized something was missing. Motorsport is inherently high stakes drama wrapped in engineering math. It's tyre degradation, sudden downpours, fist pounding team principles, and split second pit calls. When PlaySport brought Motorsport Manager to PC in 2016, they didn't just build a racing sim, they created one of the most charismatic, accessible, and deeply beloved management games ever made. And now, a decade after that desktop launch, PlaySport has officially regained the rights to their franchise from Sega and announced Motorsport Manager 2 for 2027. To understand why the community treats this announcement like Ferrari winning a World Drivers' Championship, we have to look back at how a tiny mobile project grew into a cult classic, why its lack of official licenses was actually its greatest superpower, and what the return to the pit wall means for this genre. The story began on smartphones in 2014. The original Motorsport Manager on iOS and Android was an instant hit because it understood mobile constraints. It was clean, snappy, and readable, but PlaySport knew the concept had room to breathe. When they partnered with Sega to release the full-blown PC version in November 2016, they did something remarkable. Instead of opting for photorealistic graphics that would strain mid-range PCs, they adopted a tilt-shift aesthetic. Circuits looked like living, breathing miniature slot car sets. And underneath that charm was a deceptively deep simulation loop. You weren't just picking pit strategies, you were building headquarters, balancing cash flow, managing driver ego traits, and designing illegal parts, hoping the scrutineers wouldn't catch you before the checkered flag. Or was that just me? If you look at modern licensed racing titles, they're often handcuffed by strict corporate branding. Despite Frontier managing to give us more than Codemasters ever have in just 3 years, official series like F1 can't easily let you vote to introduce reverse grids, force sprinkler systems onto tracks, or completely overhaul championship engine specs because real world stakeholders guard their image fiercely. Motorsport Manager turned its lack of official FIA licensing into its biggest advantage. PlaySport created a fictional, satirical motorsport ecosystem. At the top sat the Global Motorsport Association, spearheaded by Ernie Heckelrock, a brilliant parody of former F1 chief Bernie Ecclestone. Between races, team principals voted on political rule changes. You could actively lobby to alter point systems, bring back refueling, or equalize energy recovery systems to help your underfunded squad catch up. It gave every career save a unique alternate history. And when players did want real world realism, Steam Workshop was right there. The modding community stepped in from day one, crafting painstaking real world mods for F1, IndyCar, endurance racing, as well as the feeder series. PlaySport had built the sandbox, and the fans built the universe. For years after 2016, PC fans waited for a sequel, but instead, the franchise took a long pit stop in mobile territory. While titles like Motorsport Manager Mobile 2, 3, and 4 were excellent handheld games on mobile and the Nintendo Switch that brought over a lot of what made the PC games so popular, the desktop community felt left behind. When Frontier Developments launched F1 Manager in 2022, many thought that PlaySport's niche had been permanently swallowed by a big budget, fully licensed competitor. But while F1 Manager offered stunning visuals, even in its final edition in 2024 with all its updates, it still lacked the depth that made Motorsport Manager a staple. For nearly 10 years, the 2016 PC game never died. Dedicated modders updated liveries, driver ratings, and regulations year after year. The community proved that a good core game design outlasts fancy graphic engines. That brings us to June 2026. In a surprise announcement, PlaySport Games revealed that they'd officially bought back the franchise rights from Sega and partnered with Miniclip to announce Motorsport Manager 2 for 2027. Project lead Matt Hanlon put it simply: Motorsport Manager never really left us, and it clearly never left the community either. What makes Motorsport Manager 2 so promising isn't a total reinvention, but an expansion of everything that worked. Playsport is deepening the off track experience with complex driver personality mechanics, expanded facility development trees, and a far more intricate youth academy system. They're introducing dynamic weather microclimates, meaning rain might soak Sector 1 while Sector 3 stays completely dry. They're expanding the political sandbox, offering an updated governance engine where AI teams proactively form alliances, lobby for rule changes, and reshape the championship landscape. And most importantly, they're retaining full Steam Workshop modding support from day one, guaranteeing that community freedom remains intact. Great management games don't just simulate sports, they generate personal stories. They're about the junior driver you took a chance on who won his first 4 races back to back in his second season, or the total chaos of a mid race downpour where your rival rolls out on full wets while the track is bone dry. Playsport Games proved a decade ago that you don't need a multi-million-dollar license to capture the soul of racing. As we look towards 2027, Motorsport Manager 2 represents something rare in modern gaming. An indie developer reclaiming their legacy, listening to a passionate community, and returning to the pit wall where they belong.